gave this exact same little speech at my own group in Columbus.
Oh, excuse me, babe, let me say one. This is not Bill Park.
I'm not. Not that we're not accepting that sort of thing. Just, yeah, I gave this exact same little talk in Columbus last week, and I literally fell down because of these heels. Wear your dress, it's awesome. So nobody's filming, right? All right, well, welcome to Upstate. He is.
We will edit those out.
Thank you.
It'll be great evidence for the lawsuit against Hotel California.
Welcome to Upstate UCREIA. How many of you, like, this is your first meeting here, like, ever?
Be proud.
Okay, about half the room. And the rest of you, I assume, have former members been here before, so you can testify to how awesome it is to be here and be around all of these people who are so excited about real estate and who know how to do it in Greenville. I'm going to spend most of the rest of the evening teaching you how to wholesale houses, and I'm gonna show you exactly how it works and step by step how do you go through it. But what is the usual problem with that, with like learning something and then having to be out on your own in the world trying to figure out how to actually do it? I mean, isn't it like I've got all these questions and Vena's from Cincinnati and she's awesome, but she doesn't know whether this quadrant of Greenville is good for rentals or good for retail, and she doesn't know who the good hard money lenders are in Greenville and all that sort of stuff. That is the problem with almost all real estate education that's out there, is that there's a local piece of it that's missing because your expert on whatever topic they are just aren't from your backyard. And the big hole in your life that this group is going to fill for you is the ability to come here and talk to people who have massive experience in the Greenville area. I'm not talking about people who have been doing this for a week. I'm talking about folks who've been doing it for 20 and 30 years, who come to these meetings every single month and who are very open and willing to talk to you about deals that you're doing. So all the information you're getting off the internet, and I know you go watch the YouTube videos and you go on Bigger Pockets and you go to the the Facebook pages, and you should believe about half the free advice you get because the rest of it is worth every dime you're paying for it. Let me tell you that. You have the kind of the safety net here of being able to come to an association that has been around for 16 years, is a nonprofit group. Like no one on this board has any special interest in turning you into a landlord or a wholesaler or a retailer, whatever you want to do, they want to help you do it and help you succeed at it. And there's no profit motive to them in steering you some direction that is some direction you don't want to go, because they're all volunteers. Like everybody who runs this group is a volunteer. Upstate UCREIA is a member of a larger group of real estate associations from around the country, and I got to tell you, you guys probably don't have this experience yet, but when you go to some of the other REIAs in the country, they're not good like this. They're not. Well, I mean, people here, I don't know if you noticed it so far, people here are like very open and sharing, and they want to, hey, is there anything I can help you with? You got any questions, anything like that? And not all groups are like that. I will tell you that from long experience on my own. And the value of just having that local experience, that local support, that local flavor, and the fact that you're going to find that the group is very community based. It's not about any one person. The president changes practically every year. It's not about anybody's culture, any guru or anything. It's about you guys, and it's about everybody in the community helping everybody else in the community to kind of grow and become whatever it is that they want to become. Now, my experience has been in my own real estate business, and I've been doing this for longer than I want to say, because then you're going to do the math, and you're going to be like, she don't look that old, is that you kind of need three things to really make it in the real estate business. And by make it, I mean, whatever it is you want to do. In fact, how many of you kind of know what you want to do already? Like, you picked a strategy. All right, so who wants to be a wholesaler? Nobody. So why are you here tonight? Okay, four people in the room want to be wholesalers. Wow, the rest of you would be really disappointed by what's going on this evening. Who thinks they want to fix and sell properties? And it's okay to say yes to several. I mean, most people are like that. Like, first I want to do this, and then when I get my feet under me, I want to do this bigger thing. How many of you want to own some kind of investment property like rentals or, yeah, good answer.
yeah.
That's a good answer because these other things that we do that are so exciting, you know, the flip this house stuff where we buy, fix, and sell a house and take home a check for $35,000, that's awesome, except it's only one check for $35,000. And then if you want another check, you got to start all over again. And if you take that check and you turn it into a rental property, now you've guaranteed yourself an income for literally as long as you live. So everybody's ultimate goal needs to be some kind of investment property. So the three things that you're going to need to do any of that stuff: deals, right? Like you got to be able to find the good deals, don't you? I mean, you can't just go and pay full price for everything that you see and expect to make any money. You got to have the money to do the deals. And then you have to have the on-the-ground advice, right? I'm stuck on something, I need to go ask somebody what to do. Guess what this group provides all three of? Did they get to see the buy-sell trade session, or are they in here for that? Did they get to see the properties being talked about, or did they have to come in here?
They're doing that right now. They'll
Okay, so
be
when
able
you
to see that
remember,
on the
you'll get
next.
to be in there,
Yes.
and you'll see that there's people who they bring properties to the group, and they say, I've got this available for sale. If you have properties for sale, by the way, I happen to know there's a guy in there who's got $2.5 million he's looking to spend on houses. So I'm not going to tell you who he is, because half of what you're going to get out of this group is by networking with people. So I'm going to let you find him, but he's not going to be hard to find because he's here tonight hoping to meet some wholesalers who have some deals to sell him, because deals are an important part of this. Folks do deals with each other in this group all the time. They sell each other properties. Sometimes it's a wholesale situation. Sometimes it's, I bought this 10 years ago and then I moved across town. It doesn't work for me anymore, so get rid of this one. I'm going to go buy another one. The money is here, and it's in the form of hard money. If you know what that is, it's investor money basically, and private money. There's a lot of hard money and private money lenders who are in this group who, if you have a good deal, they will fund it. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter what your credit looks like. It matters what the deal looks like. The reason it's called hard money is not because it's hard to get. It's really easy to get. It's called hard money because it's asset-based lending. And then the advice, of course, is just, you cannot, I don't understand how anybody does this business without being hooked up with a good local group of people who is willing to share with them and say, do not buy that property, oh my God, that's a terrible idea. I mean, seriously, the group keeps you from doing deals you shouldn't do, which, how much is that worth? Like, what does it cost you to do a deal you shouldn't do? But the other thing it does is it kicks your butt and makes you do the deal you should do, but you're afraid to do because you're a newbie and you're afraid to pull the trigger. And, you come here and you say, I don't know, what do you think? And somebody goes, oh my God, don't leave right now and go put that under contract. It's a fantastic deal. Do not pass go, right? So, wonderful organization to be a member of. Entire cost to belong for the entire year is $200. Now, if you want to weigh that against, how many mistakes am I going to make without the help of the people here? How much wheel spinning am I going to do? How much time am I going to spend trying to figure it out for myself when I could just go to the group and go to the meetings and find out how to do stuff? It's kind of a no-brainer investment. If you have a spouse, partner, somebody who lives in your same house with you, it's $250 for both of you for the entire year. And if you look at what education costs out in the bigger world, because there's always there's always the next thing to buy, that is so incredibly inexpensive. And on top of that, I'm going to give you a personal guarantee on this membership. This is how strongly I feel that if you come here and you actually participate, it's going to cut years off your learning curve. It's going to make a huge difference in what you are able to do over time. I will personally guarantee you that if you join the group tonight and you just come to 6 meetings during the year, any 6, and they don't have to be these main meetings, because there's focus group meetings too. Did you guys see that on that sheet you came in with? There's a women's focus group. There's the rental focus group for those of you who want to or are doing rentals. There's an advanced group and an Ask the Professional group, all free with your membership. Any 6 meetings during the course of the year. And if at the end of the year you don't think that your membership was worth 10 times what they are charging, $200, you call me up and I will write you a check for your membership back. And this is on camera. So I'm not gonna be like, I don't know what you're talking about. It's on camera. No, seriously, guys. I've been doing this for nearly 30 years. I've done somewhere north of 1,000 deals. When I started out, I had zero money, zero credit, zero knowledge, God knows. It was only belonging to my local group and going to the meetings and talking to people and finding out what they knew and having a drink with them at the bar after the meeting was over that allowed me to do all of that. I mean, I know people who started the same time I did, and they've done like 5 deals in 30 years because that was all they were able to pull off because they didn't have the help. And why would you turn down the help for $200? It's crazy, right? So what else can I tell you that will convince you that you need to become a member of this group tonight? Any questions at all? Yes?
Thanks for being here. I don't live in Greenville.
Okay, where do you live?
Knoxville, Tennessee.
Okay, I wouldn't join the Greenville group then.
There, probably.
There is a group there, it's called UCREIA. It's a
Yeah.
very different setup than this group.
Okay.
Dues are extraordinarily expensive.
Yeah,
They're
they are.
$1,000. Yeah, they're $1,000 to join, and it is. Remember, I said this group is not about any one person. That group kind of is about one person. So it is very different than it is here. And if you wanted to start another group in Knoxville, you and I could talk about starting one that was like more approachable for people who didn't want to spend $1,000 to find out what the group was like.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't think I'd join the Greenville group because what'd you get, 4 hours to get here?
3.
Yeah, 3
Wow.
hours to get here. Now that's some dedication right there. I can tell you.
We're impressed.
No money back guarantee either. Keep them for gas.
All right, anything else? Any questions about how it operates, what you can get out of being here? You caught that there's a meeting here in this hotel once a month on the third Tuesday of the month, or third Monday of the month, and Saturday meetings, and just they give you all kinds of educational opportunities.
Mhm.
You're never going to be like made to buy anything. No one's ever going to like turn their nose up at you because something was being offered a Saturday or a home study course or something and you didn't buy it. You're not going to get that kind of experience. But they do offer a lot of additional education for folk, you know, if you're seriously interested in this one thing, here's something else you can get. And it's a good thing to invest in because one of the other things that they do, that the internet does not do, by the way, is they actually vet their speakers. They actually find out if the person they're bringing in front of you does deals, because you know on the internet, no matter what they say, you don't actually know that is the truth. And seriously, it's a cesspool out there on the internet in terms of real estate education, and people who have either not done enough deals to be charging you money to teach you how to do deals, or they do deals but they literally do them illegally, are out there charging for education. And you don't, on the internet, you don't know, because anybody can say anything. We've got a gal in our city, God bless her.
You're in the South, so you can say that phrase
for 3
correctly.
days, and I've learned what, oh, God bless your soul means. She has 2 lawsuits currently filed, active lawsuits filed against her in my county over these horrible wholesale deals she's done. She's like ripping people off, going behind people's backs, doing all this stuff. And she's charging people $5,000 to mentor them. Oh, okay, well, let me go learn how to get sued. I mean, wholesalers never get sued. Like, this never happens, and she's managed to do it twice in 6 months. And she's getting people to do this because they don't know any better, because they see her on Facebook, and on her Facebook page, she's super successful. Just ask her, you know? And you can't always tell what's out there, but the group, because they're a member of this bigger group of associations, is able to vet people and make sure they're for real and they have good stuff. And so that right there is worth the cost of membership. We got a little present for, I think we only have, did you say 15 of these?
Yep.
And we've got like 25 people in the room. So this is going to be a first come, first serve kind of thing. For signing up tonight, we have a couple of CDs from Robin Thompson. You guys know Robin Thompson? You will in a few months. She's coming in a few months. She's the queen of rehab. She's rehabbed like 360 houses, ranging from like $25,000 junker rehabs up to multi-million-dollar properties. And she's been around the business long enough that she does a lot of stuff now with mindset, which, by the way, is 80% of whether you're going to be successful in this is, do you have the right mindset? So a couple of CDs that, you can buy these on her website, but I think between the two of them, they're like $38. Best properties to flip versus best properties to hold. So this one is about making that decision on each given property. Most people, their problem isn't that they flip too many of them, it's that they hold too many of them. They hold ones that they shouldn't be holding. They're not really a great deal for them, they might be a great deal for somebody else. And this other one is called Baby Steps to Financial Independence. And then we have also your official Upstate UCREIA t-shirt, so everybody will know that you have joined the right association. And again, this is a tonight only thing, as is the money back guarantee, because, you know, I won't be here next time, so I won't know who signed up next time. You guys can sign up by, you just go out to the table that you came in at. They've already got your information. So all you need to do is write a check, put a credit card up. If you want them to write on your form, Vena guaranteed my membership, go ahead and do that, because I know in a year you're going to be thanking me. You're not going to be like, give me my money back. You're going to be like, wow, that was a really good move. Anything else?
Y'all can also let me know what size t-shirt you want. We got a bunch of different sizes too.
Yes, size of t-shirt.
I mean to break this up, but they're all ready for y'all back in the mail.
Yep, we're ready to go.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks.